What's going on YouTube? Welcome to the third episode of BOGG, the Black Ops Gun Guy, featured by yours truly. Just like in episode 2, we have music in the background. So this week's episode, we're going to be talking about the first LMG you unlock, the HK21. As usual, I'm going to talk about the perks that I like to use with the HK21, and then the attachments that are the best with the HK21. Then I'm going to wrap it up with my thoughts and tactics on the HK21. This is xxWafflez, and I hope you enjoy the show. If you liked the video, then click the like button below. The HK21 does 40 damage up close and 40 damage from far. That's right, it doesn't lose damage from range. It has a 1.4x hit multiplier to the head and a 1.0x hit multiplier everywhere else. That means that the HK21 can be a 2-shot headshot kill from long range and a 3-shot body shot at long range as well. It has a 750 rounds per minute firing rate, which is a standard firing rate for an LMG. It has 30 bullets in its magazine, 60 with extended mags. It takes 3.75 seconds to reload and 4.75 seconds to reload when the clip is empty, which is pretty quick for an LMG. Because it is an LMG, it has a 87.5% running speed. It takes 0.35 seconds to aim down sights without Sleight of Hand Pro. It takes 0.85 seconds to raise and 0.6 seconds to drop the HK21, which is a pretty slow raise and drop time. When you use the HK21, you'll realize that the recoil goes from side to side and every now and then it'll go up. With that said, the HK21 has low recoil for an LMG and moderate recoil compared to the other guns. It is unlocked at level 2, one of the default starting classes. When you use the HK21, the first perk slot would have to be Scavenger. When you're holding down a high traffic area, Scavenger makes it so that you can replenish your ammo from dead bodies. I mean, who doesn't want to replenish their ammo from dead bodies? Scavenger Pro doubles your starting ammunition, which makes holding down an objective point that much easier because you don't have to worry about how much ammo you have. For the tier 2 perk slot, it would have to be Sleight of Hand. Sleight of Hand dramatically reduces the amount of time needed to reload, as well as improving ADS speed with the Pro version. Yeah, the HK21 has pretty fast reload times for an LMG, but when you're holding down a high traffic area, Sleight of Hand could make the difference between your team getting that bomb defused or getting that bomb detonated. The HK21 also has slow ADS time, and Sleight of Hand Pro reduces that. For the last perk slot, it would have to be Tactical Mask. When you're holding down a high traffic objective point, Tactical Mask makes you immune to flash grenades, concussion grenades, Nova gas, and Willy Pete's. The HK21 comes with 5 attachments. It comes with the infrared scope, the red dot sight, the ACOG sight, the reflex sight, and extended mags, which is my favorite. Yeah, the HK21 comes with 4 optical sights, and you're probably asking, which one should I use? My preference would be the ACOG scope, but that's just me because you can get that long range precision. The red dot sight and the reflex sight are personal preference, that's up to you. I don't recommend using the infrared scope, but my favorite attachment would have to be extended mags. This makes your magazine turn into a drum mag, which, as I said before, it turns your magazine size from 30 rounds to 60 rounds, which makes the HK21 a beast of a spray and pray weapon. For the secondary weapon slot, I would have to choose the Python. The Python can also be a 2-shot kill up close, which makes it so that you can pull out your Python during close quarter situations when you're going around tight corners so that you can survive and get to your critical objective points. But you're probably asking, why won't you hip fire with the HK21 in close quarter situations then? Well, because the HK21 has poor hip fire accuracy compared to the rest of the guns that you're going to meet in close quarter situations. The Python is a better choice in my opinion. When you're holding down an objective point, you'll notice that sometimes your teammates can get carried away, which leads to enemies sneaking up behind you. One way to counter this is to use claymores. Claymores are an effective way to make sure that your back is safe. For the lethal grenade spot, you could choose Semtex or frag grenades, it's your choice. The low firing rate, the very high magazine size, and Scavenger makes ammo less of an issue for the HK21. As I said before, the way that I would like to use the HK21 is holding down high traffic objective points. With Scavenger and Sleight of Hand, you can just spray and pray at those enemies and pushing your team forward towards that objective point. Some people might say to use lightweight Sleight of Hand and Marathon to make up for its slow downsides. But that makes it so that you're pretty much using the HK21 like an assault rifle or an SMG, which I do not recommend doing because it is not an assault rifle or an SMG. It's an LMG. So in conclusion, I would choose the HK21 with extended mags. The secondary slot would have to be a Python. Its lethal grenade slot could be a frag or a semtex. Its equipment slot would have to be a claymore. Tier 1 perk slot would have to be scavenger. The tier 2 perk slot would have to be sleight of hand. And the tier 3 perk slot would have to be tactical mask. With this setup, you'll be able to hold down objective points like a beast. The HK21 is a MLG LMG. If you listen carefully, it has the same reloading sound as the PPSH-41 from Call of Duty World at War. In zombies, HK21 is also a beast of a weapon. The HK21 has 125 rounds. When pack-a-punched, it turns the HK21 into the H115 oscillator. The only change that happens is it makes the gun better by increasing the power, which is beast. Right now on the screen you'll see a damage statistics chart of the HK21. The winners of last week's episode, the M16 episode, are... The answer was, I said M16 24 times. As usual, if you can find out how many times I say HK21 in this video, you'll be featured on next week's episode, the Dragunov. Stay tuned for next week as I try to snipe with the Dragunov sniper rifle. If you liked the video, click the like button. It helps me a ton. This is xxWafflez. Thank you for watching.